the whole Pimp family. It's not often, Jamil and D-Rich, that
right, that a pimp
that
walks
you
around with his family.
That you with a Pimp family.
Yeah, that's unusual.
It's very unusual. And when you're from Detroit, I don't know. I don't know. Bishop Don Juan and his wife and kids. What's up, Pimp? But we have my man Chuck Rose, who you listen to his motivational minutes every day on the Tony Camm Radio Show. And so he had a book signing on the other weekend, and what I found in the book signing was that he got the whole Pimp family, and they were all on point. And I'm like, y'all have got to come on the show as a family and talk about pimping and family style, right?
This is true.
So who you got with you today?
I have my lovely wife Kim and my 2 lovely daughters, Ashley and Jasmine. And shout out to my son Dominique. He couldn't make it.
That's right, Dom.
What up, Brody?
And you got the girls over there looking like the Simmons girls, like Angela Vanessa. Like I want to buy some pastries right now.
They get that a lot. They're not twins, even though you might
They
mistake
do
them
look like twins, though. I'm serious.
And if you had mom in there, they look like triplets.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we see where they all get the looks from.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You know,
They're my
it's not from. So what's it like, girls? I'm gonna start with you. What's it like being what's it like having a pimp for a daddy?
It's very motivational.
that was Ashley.
See what you gotta do is you gotta do those dishes.
You see B's mocking the voice, right?
I want to know when you're at home and he's just talking to y'all in general. Is he saying stuff like,
All the time.
Go into your room and get the application and then the fruition of the dedication. Does he talk in rhymes?
24/7.
24/7 he's talking rhymes. He's like, do the dishes, you get all your wishes.
Pretty much.
I'm like, it's your father's, yours truly, your positive image, motivating personality. Your dad.
You know the
And husband.
Yeah, because I could kind of see, like, when they were little, you probably see, like, when it's bedtime, it's like, okay, head for your bedroom.
Right, I'll meet
I
you
will
there.
That's what's up.
Is that how it goes down?
That's how it goes down.
That is so true.
So Kim, what's it like being married to a pimp?
Well, really, I'm the pimp.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Kim is
I'm the pimp.
okay. And how is that? In what way is that?
I gotta have her money.
So in other words, when you come home every day, Chuck, does she look at you and say, "Chuck better have my money"?
Exactly.
Is it
Well,
like that?
actually,
It's like that.
I text him that. I'm like, go get my money.
Get back out there. She'd be like, "How much did you get today?"
No doubt. Literally, I have the text. I mean, I head out from work. Go get my money.
Go get my money.
You roll up a book and smack him upside.
You ain't practicing these principles effectively enough.
That is funny. Now, at the book signing, we did a video, and the thing that was so funny to me was if you didn't know what we were talking about, then you would have, it could easily be taken out of context because people were coming up, and like for instance, your wife came up and you asked them, what's it like being married to a pimp? And then your mom came in. You're like, Mom.
And she's a pastor.
Yeah. It's like, what's it like if your son is a pimp? And then your dad came. So it was like all these questions that if you didn't know that we were talking about P.I.M.P., in that way you would be thinking that we were really like, your parents and everyone was so proud. They were like, your dad's awesome.
Yeah, like a pimp walks around with his immediate and his extended family.
Well, that's cool. So girls.
Yes.
Tell us about, because you're doing all the talking. I want to hear from the other one a little bit too. So,
Speak up.
What's it like being the daughter of a pimp?
It's great.
Is this great? I mean, are there any perks to, like, do you guys really listen to what your dad talks about?
That one does.
Do you apply?
I apply because it'll get me somewhere in life other than not listening.
Right.
But, so we have our off days where we're like, brush it off. But,
Don't brush your shoulders off. So that's why you use that theme song, right? Feeling like
And she's my videographer sometimes, so they go to a lot of my lectures, and she's setting up stuff, taping things, so they forced to listen and being in the audience a lot of times just because of that fact.
Gotcha.
But we do listen.
Right. Okay, all right. So Chuck, what's coming up? What's on the rise? You got your new book out.
The new book is out. The
Access to Success.
Access to Success.
Not Recess, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Not Access to Recess.
Recess with all them kids.
He lives for recess. But it's Access to Success.
Correct. And the book signing was obviously last Saturday, and you know, one individual I have to shout out, Thais, I think her name is, of Nubian Connection. You know, so if you're listening, you inspired and motivated me, because she actually took time between two clients to make sure that she got down and copped her a copy of the book, two copies, and she said that there's one of the quotes that she lives by. Tomorrow's a new day. Yesterday really did end last night. She quoted it off just like that.
Yeah.
So that was inspiring.
That's
I'm
one of
so
my
glad
favorite
she made
books.
it down there, because she actually texted me before and said, I'm going to get some books.
No doubt.
So, yeah,
No
I'm
doubt.
glad she got it.
Yeah. It was, you know, and that saying is so true, so very true. And actually, it was said several times during that evening. I went home, it was like ingrained in my brain.
Right?
You know, it's like, that's such a good, cool saying. So Chuck, when you write your stuff, how does this stuff come to you, man? It's just
I give it to him.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Well, I tell you, being married to my lovely wife here will make you go into deep thought sometimes.
Oh, okay, all right. I think that's a nice thing to say.
No. You know, I read. You know, not only do I author, but I read and I research.
Okay.
So in my research, I feed my own self, you know, with other individuals, practitioners of these principles, with quotes that they live by and principles that they live by. So that feeds me.
Yeah, and it's also, I noticed your sisters were the same way, man. I saw them, and they were saying that like
it's in the genes.
Apply,
Yeah.
you know, and Tamara and what's your
And Tish, shout out.
And so it was quite refreshing to see like the whole room full of pimps. That's basically what it was, a pimp convention.
It was literally. Tony Camm, you know, is a true positive image, motivating personality in this community of Lynchburg, as we all know. So you're a true pimp by definition.
I think next time, instead of calling it book signing, we're just gonna say Pimp Convention.
Yeah.
At the hotel.
And Jamil's a true pimp. And you know, her events coming up. That takes professional assertiveness to put things like that together. Yeah. B, you know, and his personality.
Well, we know B. Rich is a pimp.
I'm like a
You don't have five baby mamas, but you're not a pimp.
I know it.
Yeah, he's a pimp by the traditional day.
You cannot have five baby mamas if you're not a pimp.
Exactly.
That's so true. Well, man, we want to thank y'all for coming on the show, man. It was a pleasure having all you guys on here. The girls talk way too much.
Right.
I mean,
the one does.
I could keep talking.
I know. Now you, I'm gonna have you back.
Okay, I'm excited.
Because she was so animated. and even when you watch the video, when she's not talking, she's animated. Because I found myself, when I watched the video, and you were talking, Chuck, with the whole family there, but I wasn't even looking at you. She was just making facial expressions and smiling and doing stuff that took up the whole screen. I'm just like, she's
waiting for that gap where she can get her talk in. So
that's what
she was doing.
She was already planning, like, what's she gonna say when her time comes.
That's my personality in jazz is Kim's personalities.
I got you.
Which is good.
All right, you gotta have that balance, right?
I just have a question.
Yes.
Who is the person that I hear on the radio claiming he's the pimp? That voice I do not know at home.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I hear the voice. And I'm like, that's not my husband.
And she said, yeah, you know, I know the cracks in Mr. Perfect. And I said, no, you keep that. Don't bring that to the show.
Yeah, see, I expressed that last week.
We love to have the wives on.
And in fact, we're going to do a segment coming up in the future, the Real Housewives of the Tony Camm Radio Show. But we can't get all of B. Rich's mamas. So we might have to just get a couple of in. We're going to get Kim and Jackie in here. And Justin's
I'm going to
lady.
do that interview. I'll do that interview.
You want to do that?
Oh,
We'll do that.
no, we don't want that.
Kim, when you commit to that, we're going to do
Oh,
it.
of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
You, Jackie, Justin's lady, B. Rich's baby mamas. We might have to do them by phone.
Conference call.
Conference call with the baby mamas.
But no, Tony's crazy though, for real. After the first week, and you played the first segment, or we played the first segment on the show, she literally, and I was genuine when she said, "Did they do something to your voice? Because you're not that smooth here at home."